I just vacuumed my carpet and it smells so good in here.
Hey, come here. You look like a music lover. Excuse me.
Hey y'all, it's me, Cecilia. Welcome back to my channel. So, it's been a minute. Okay, it's been 5 months, but you know what? That's a minute in no time. Anyways, it's been a while. I just haven't really wanted to post or make videos. I haven't felt the motivation, but I've randomly gotten the spark, got the motivation, got my reading in track, and we are here again to post some videos. This is coming out May 1st, hopefully, and I wanted to just kind of make a TBR video. So last month I had made this little TBR section thing where, you guys know I've done Bingo TBRs in the past, 2 different versions, and I created a new version. And well, my reading, I tell you, my reading went from 2 books to like 10 books. It's crazy. It's crazy. And so I think this TBR game system is actually really beneficial for my reading. So I asked you guys on Twitter if you guys wanted to see my TBR, see the TBR game, how this is going, and y'all said yes. I'm gonna show you last month's version just so you guys can see it. It's called Bitches Bingo because I am creative. At the moment I have not hit a bingo and I don't know if I will. It is the last day of the month, so it's unlikely that I'm going to hit this bingo unless I happen to have a comic that is 1 word. I'm here to show you guys my Bingo TBR for May. So this is what it currently looks like, and I'm gonna go through the prompts, the rules, etc. So the goal of each month is to at least get a bingo, but if I get a grand slam, not grand slam, if I get a blackout, if I hit all of the squares, then I don't get anything. Yeah, I don't get anything. I don't have any rewards or punishments. I don't get shit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's 25 prompts. They switch every time I hit a prompt. Like for these, every time I cross one off 1 month, it'll switch, so that prompt is taken out. And these prompts I just kind of came up with, or I saw somebody else, like in someone else's Bingo TBR, they had a prompt and I'm like, that's cool, let me do my version of that. And yeah, there's only 1 prompt that stays the same every month, and that's it would be the free space, but I have it as the manga or comic space just because that's pretty much my free space. I can double and triple up. I can't do more than triple up. I think those are all my rules. So I'm just gonna quickly go through the prompts that we have for this month, and I will talk about the books I would like to read. Whatever prompts fits the book I'm talking about, I'll put on the screen so when I read it I can dot those prompts off. Hi, editing me. Oh shit, I look terrible. I kept fucking up and explaining what prompts were actually on the board, so I will leave the PDF down below. So if you are interested in, like, maybe you want to use this board or you want to see it more in depth, you can look there, but I still will have them on the screen if you don't give a shit. All right, but yes, so I'll show you guys my books. Now this one isn't part of the bingo at the moment because I should have read this in April, and that is Black Wings Beating by Alex London. This is the Phasing Gaze book club pick for April. Our live show is going to be on the May 8th. Yeah, May 8th. It's going to be on Maddie's channel, and I should have read this already, and I told myself I was going to read it beforehand. I'm not going to wait till last week like I normally do, and guess what I did? Waited till the last week. This is a YA fantasy featuring a male-male romance. I don't know what this book is about. I legit have no clue. There's Bryson and Kylie. They're twins. There's birds. That's all I know. That's honestly all I know. Sandra and Maddie have both read this book, so I'm the only one who hasn't read it, so I don't know. I hope I enjoy it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. Now, the first one that's actually going to be part of this TBR is The Never Tilting World by Rin Chapeka. This is the Phasing Gaze book club pick for May. We will announce when our live show is going to happen, and I believe this is going to be happening on Sandra's channel. This is an Asian-inspired YA fantasy with 2 siblings because I don't know, that's just kind of what happens. What I understand is that there are 2 sections of this planet pretty much that they're on. One that is like frozen, and the other side that is like a sun, or it's like a desert sunny. Oh, okay. One side cloaked in perpetual night, the other scorched beneath an unrelenting sun. And that's all I really know about it as well. And I think this is also one that I think Sandra has already read. So I'm excited about this one. I got both of these books secondhand online, and I'm just excited. I'm just excited about it. Someone's parked in my goddamn parking spot. I don't want to be a Karen, but if I have to be a Karen, I'll be a Karen. It's kind of sad that I haven't read this book yet. That's all I can say. It's kind of sad that I haven't read this book yet. The next book I'm going to want to read is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This is the oldest book on my TBR. I got this in 2017. I bought it right before I went to meet the author, because the author came to my college at the time, and I have it signed and personalized by her, and I still haven't read it. Now, I really want to read it just because, you know, the Shadow and Bones TV show just came out. I know that it's very different than the books, so you don't really need to read the books in order to watch the show, but I don't care. Yeah, you know, I have the books, and I've already read the Shadow and Bone and DNF, the second book in that series, because it was just bad. It was bad, okay? Anyways, I don't know much about this one either. 5 characters. I think they're all like teenager-ish, and they are they all come together and they're going to do a heist, and yeah, that's all I really know about her. She's a little, I have a lot of thick books on this TBR. I just realized that. I'm talking about these books out of fucking order. Oh my god. Anyway, for Bestie Pick, my best friend Lauren, shout out to you, Lauren. I FaceTimed her while she was doing homework, and I asked her to pick between 4 books that I wanted to read, specifically that were historical, so they could also fit another prompt on this bingo board. And maybe I'll show the FaceTime. My dumbass didn't realize that the audio didn't record for the FaceTime call, so y'all just gonna have to take my word for it, honestly. But she picked The Rakist by Scarlett Peckham. This, I also literally just bought this morning because it was on sale on my Kindle, and I feel like I've heard somebody talk about this on their YouTube channel, and I literally can't remember who. I want to say it was either Jess from Peace Loves Books or Riley from Riley Reads. One of them. There is Serafina, and she is a rakist. She spends a lot of her time just sleeping with men, drinking, you know, relatable content. Anyway, she is really passionate about women's rights, and she's really wanting equality, and I know that's a big part of this book, and she meets a man and love ensues. I haven't read a good historical romance in a hot ass minute, so I'm really excited about this one, and I hope I like it. Also, that cover is very sexual and I'm into it. So anyways, I was showing my Lauren all the pics, and they were all historical romances, and I'm like, I know they're very straight because Lauren's a lesbian and I am, I don't know, maybe a lesbian. Well, but I was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, they're very straight. She's like, I could tell. I could tell. They all look very straight. Anyways, so the next book is actually part of a read along that I'm doing with Sandra from Got a Thing for Things. Yeah, and a couple of other people, and we are buddy reading the Shadowhunters books, and so this month, actually May 1st, the day this is coming out, we are actually starting City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. Now, I gave the first book 4 stars. Oh, this is, I guess, is spoilers for my April wrap-up, so get ready for that. I gave the first book 4 stars and the second book 2 stars. So maybe, hopefully, I like this one better. How do I explain this series? Since this is the 3rd book, I'm not going to explain what this one is about, but I guess what the series is about is that there's a character, a girl, a person named Clary. She finds out about the Shadowhunter world that are pretty much like demon hunters, and there's demons, vampires, werewolves. I didn't expect all of that. She falls in love with Chase, which becomes problematic later. Ooh, yeah. So, all I can say is this series is, it is so trashy, so the writing is not good. I'm sorry, Cassandra's Clare, your early books are not well written. I can't say about your later ones, but your early ones are not well written. But it's strangely entertaining, and you know what? That's good at least. So the next book, I'm slightly cheating on one of these prompts because, or I'm slightly cheating on the participate in someone else's book club because this is a Reese Witherspoon book club pick. Which is technically true. I am technically participating in someone else's book club. Anyways, so the next one I recently got not that long ago, and that is A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor Namey. This is I actually got this, what, last weekend? 2 weekends ago? This is a YA contemporary, which I don't read very often, but I read the description of this book and I just thought I would vibe with it. Especially with the YA contemporaries I tend to enjoy, have this kind of premise. So we follow Lila. We follow Lila and she has everything, she's vibing, and then suddenly everything comes crashing down. Pretty much everything, including herself, falls apart. It seems like insinuated that she's having some mental health struggles, and her family, like, worried about her. They sent her off to England for the summer after high school, before she goes to college, in order to just like relax, find herself. And it seems like she goes into, she goes to Winchester. And while she's there, she meets a boy, and yeah, I don't know. The reason I kind of vibed with this is that, one, the parents are caring about her mental health. Always love that. I guess what I'd say is that I am a big proponent of, after high school, before you go to college or even taking a gap year or whatever you want, is to leave where you grew up, leave where you live, and have a new experience. Get away from your parents, do something fun and different. Like for me, I went and worked at the Grand Canyon the summer before I started college, away from my mom, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. I was fully independent for the first time. I was able to get some money. I met some amazing people, had some amazing experiences that I went missing. We're not going to talk about that. I did some things. I got in trouble with the law. We're not going to talk about that. Anyways, but we did some amazing things that I'm never going to forget about for the rest of my life. And it seems like that this book is kind of similar to that, where she's going to go off and have a summer adventure, maybe a summer fling, that's going to really change her as a person, which I'm always down for. I love those kind of stories, and I want more of them. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. Now, I am intimidated by this, but I need to read it this month. And so the author actually reached out to me and asked, she's a local author here in Texas, and asked if I wanted, if I was interested in her book, and she would send me an ARC. And I was like, yeah, it sounded really interesting. And so what I have is Phineas Fogg, Nine of Swords by Brooklyn Quintana. This is a 770 page book. I could kill someone with this. Did you hear that sound? I'm having a field day. But she sent me the ARC, and she was explaining it to me, and it sounded so interesting. Let me read to you the beginning part that really intrigued me in this. It says, "A dysfunctional royal family, a generation's old secret, and a strange book with the names of those closest to the crown written within the pages all serve as the backdrop for Finn's surreal adventure through life, death, and the strange place that lies in between." I was like, that sounds cool. It takes place in in a military school pretty much, and it just sounded interesting. And this book comes out, when does this come out? May 15th. So hopefully, I'm probably not going to be able to read it by the time it comes out, but I want to at least read it in May, and it just sounds so interesting. So I'm really excited to read this one. I believe this one is indie published, and also this ARC is just nice. So yeah. All right, so next one I got is another Kindle book that I also bought today. Yeah. But I've actually been on my TBR for quite a while, but it was on sale today, I think for like $1.99. Y'all check out your Kindle deals. Anyway, so this one is Brown Girl in the Ring by Nalo Hopkinson. I've heard really good things about this book. This is one of those, I would say, iconic black sci-fi books, or sci-fi horror, I would say. It's kind of that in between. And which I strangely just love and I just wanted to explore. Let me read what this part is because again, I feel like I can't explain this justice, but if I tell you guys what it says here, y'all might vibe with it. Y'all might see what I saw in the description of this book. The rich and privileged, if I could speak. The rich and privileged have fled the city, barricaded it behind roadblocks, and left it to crumble. The inner city has had to rediscover old ways, farming, barter, herb lore. But now the moneyed need a harvest of bodies, and so they prey upon the helpless of the streets. With nowhere to turn, a young woman must open herself to ancient truths, ethereal powers, and a tragic mystery surrounded by mother and grandmother. She must bargain with gods and give birth to new legends. I can't explain. I can't explain, like, I feel like that only told you so little, but I'm like, that sounded so fucking epic. Like, that sounded cool as hell, and I think I'm gonna love this. So, yeah! Alright, now for the manga pick of this TBR. I'm going to be reading Die Volume 1 by Eto Mori. This I randomly found. It's a sports manga. Swimming. Of course I'm gonna pick it up. Yeah, so pretty much we follow our main character, Tamaki. He is part of his high school swimming team, and he's very, very passionate about swimming. Of course, so is everybody else on the team. They are working in order to qualify the Olympics. They have 1 year left they have 1 year until the deadline to qualify for the Olympics. So it's pretty much them trying to qualify for the Olympics. I don't know, that sounds cool. Also, the art is just like, the art is just really pretty. Oh, I just turn on a really pretty girl. I need to stop being gay. But yeah, I don't know. This just looks like a cute little fun time. So, yep. That's that. Now the last book on my TBR. I was looking to see like, oh, what book is actually the lowest book on my TBR? And I wasn't expecting this one. I have The Little Book of Cottagecore, A Simple Life by Emily Kent. This has a rating of 2.84 on Goodreads. I don't know what this book could have done to get 2.84, but something evidently. This is a nonfiction, literally as it says, it's The Little Book of Cottagecore, where it just teaches you how to do things like gardening and beekeeping, tea, baking bread, herbal remedies, candle making, etc. I thought it was cute. I bought it because it was cute. Listen, I am not perfect. I bought it because it was cute, okay? And we're just not going to talk about it. But we're going to read it. It's spring. The spring has sprung and we're going to read it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, those were the 9-ish, 9.5, 10-ish books I'm going to be reading in May. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you plan on reading any of these. But yes, I am going to be posting more. My goal is to post once a week on Thursdays. Even though this video is coming out on a Saturday, we're not gonna think about it. I will see you in another video. Peace.
Come here, you